Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. Alright, so I'm just gonna give you guys a couple of quick tips. You guys have an overheating issue with your Prius. This is a 2010. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys a backstory. It's a quick backstory. So originally what happened was this car worked fine for about the year that I've had it, and out of nowhere, driving at night, I did get a code for what eventually was the water pump. So what I did was I bought a water pump from eBay that was not from was it Asin? I think Asin is the producer of it, which is Toyota's company. This was a non-OEM water pump. All right, so I put that in and then drove it for a day. Didn't drive it that much, but drove it for a day, no problem. The next day I had overheating issues, and I've had overheating issues for a couple of days. After that, parked the car. Now the pump itself sounded like it was working okay. I did not get a code for the pump, so I was like, maybe it's not the pump, maybe it's some other, maybe it's the thermostat. Changed up the thermostat, thought I fixed it, drove it, and still had that issue with the overheating. So I was like, okay, all right, I'm not gonna waste my time with this, because it becomes a lot of work when you have to constantly swap out parts. So I'm like, all right, so there's 3 components. All right, because I actually did see it boiling on the reservoir, so I know it wasn't a computer thing. I know it wasn't a computer thing because I actually saw the coolant boiling. But what I did was I bought the OEM manufacturer, which is the Asin manufacturer for the water pump. They said that the thermostat was the original. I'm gonna believe them. I swapped that out already. And then I decided to swap out the coolant temperature sensor, which is from Denso. All right, so the cheaper version of the sensor was like $23. The more expensive was 80 bucks. The cheaper version of the water pump was 100 bucks. The more expensive was 200 from eBay. It's probably like 325 from the dealer, which I probably should have done originally. I swapped all those things out because, and this is a tip for you guys, if you guys are looking to get the situation fixed and not have to deal with it constantly. Okay, swap out the water pump, swap out the thermostat, swap out the coolant temperature sensor, and make sure that your coolant is to the level and it's clean. Swapped all that out, and then I drove it. Yesterday I drove it all day, literally. I want to make sure that the issue didn't come back or wasn't there. I drove it a good 200 miles. 200 miles on the freeway, etc., etc. It's been solved. It's been solved. Haven't had an issue with the blinking temperature light coming on. Haven't had an issue with any issue with overheating with the engine, so it's been solved. So that's the tip for you guys. If you guys are looking to not have this issue constantly coming up where you're trying to guess what the issue is, swap out for OEM parts. All right, swap out for OEM parts. You save yourself, you won't save yourself money, but you save yourself a lot of aggravation trying to figure out whether it's the part or whether it's something else, etc., etc. All right, the Denso temperature coolant sensor, the water pump, it's from Asin. The thermostat, they said it was original. I'm gonna assume it's original. So that's the tip. That's the tip for you guys. I actually did a video on how to do the water pump. You guys do not want to do it from the bottom, where you guys do not want to leak out all the. Oh, let me tell you guys what. I also let it. Okay, I filled it up to full. Essentially, I let it leak out from the bottom for maybe like up to about maybe like a quarter that was left in the tank, the reservoir, tighten the little leak valve, and then fill it up again. And that was my bleed. That was my bleed for it, and it's worked. I made sure to bleed it because I didn't want to have that issue come up again. But if you guys have any questions on it, definitely leave a question in the comment section. Please subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, guys, take care.